Hello everyone, myself Dr. Rajashri Zavde, Assistant Professor, DG College of Commerce, Satara. Today we are going to discuss about company law and regulation. There are 4 units. In unit number 1 we will be discussing nature and incorporation and structure of a company. In unit number 2 we will be discussing management and administration. In unit number 3 we will be discussing corporate governance, and finally under fourth topic, we will be discussing restructuring and winding up. A company is a corporate body and a legal person having status and personality which is different or distinguished or separate from the members of a company. Company is called a body corporate because the persons included in it are made into one body by incorporating it according to the law and clothing it with legal personality. The word corporation is derived from the Latin term corpus, which means body. Here we need to understand that company is an artificial legal person. That means company is created by law, and that's why it is called as corporate personality. As a legal person, a corporation is capable of enjoying many of the rights, and even they have liabilities like natural person. An incorporated company owes its existence either to a special act of parliament or to company law. Public corporations like Life Insurance Corporation of India, SBI, State Bank of India, etc. have been brought into existence by special acts of parliament, whereas companies like Tata Steel Limited, Reliance Industries Limited have been formed under the company law, that is Companies Act 1956, which is being replaced by the Companies Act 2013. Now we'll discuss definition of a company under Companies Act 2013. In the legal sense, a company is an association of both natural and artificial person. The term companies under Companies Act 2013, which means a company incorporated under this act or under any previous company law. In common law, a company is a legal person or legal entity, separate from and capable of surviving beyond the lives of its members. A company is not merely a legal institution, it is rather a legal device for the attainment of the social and economic ends. So here we need to understand that corporation and organization in the conduct of an enterprise is company's character. So here Lord Justice Lindley, he defined a company as an association of many persons who contribute money or money's worth to common stock and employ it in some trade or business, and who share the profit and loss arising therefrom. The common stock so contributed is denoted in money and is the capital of the company. The person who contributed in it or from it is called as members. So the proportion of capital to which each member is entitled is his shares. The shares are always transferable, although the right to transfer them may be restricted. So here now we'll discuss about nature and characteristics of a company. So as we know and we understand that company or corporation is an artificial person or juristic person. That means company, the personality which is created by law. Like natural person, the natural person bears rights and duties, powers, functions, obligations. So even the company also bears rights, obligations, powers, duties as like natural person. It is created by law. So it possesses only the powers given by its Memorandum of Association. Memorandum of Association is the charter of the company. Within the limits of powers conferred by the charter, it can do all acts as a natural person can do. Now we'll discuss about characteristics of a company. A very important characteristic, that is corporate personality. A company incorporated under the act is vested with a corporate personality. So it bears its own name, acts under a name, and it has a seal of its own. And its assets are separate and distinct from those of its members. It is different person from the members who compose it. Therefore, it is capable of owning property, incurring debt, borrowing money, having a bank account, employing people, entering into contracts, and suing, that means filing a case or being sued in the same manner as an individual. Its members are its owners, however, they can be its creditors simultaneously. A shareholder cannot be held liable for the acts of the company, even if he holds virtually the entire share capital. A company is an artificial person created by law. It is not a human being, but it acts through human being. It is considered as a legal person. Second characteristic is limited liability. The privilege of limited liability for business debt is one of the principal advantages of doing business under the corporate form of organization. The company, being a separate person, is the owner of its assets and bound by its liabilities. So, my dear students, here we need to understand that the liability of a company and its members are different. The liability of member as a shareholder extends to the contribution to the capital of the company up to the nominal value of the shares held and not paid by him. So here their liability is restricted or limited. Perpetual succession. An incorporated company never dies except when it is wound up as per law. A company, being a separate legal person, is unaffected by death or departure of any member, and it remains the same entity despite the total change in the membership. A company's life is determined by the terms of its Memorandum of Association. Separate property. A company is a legal person and entirely distinct from its members, and it is capable of enjoying disposing of property in its own name. Transferability of shares. So here the capital of a company is divided into parts. It called as shares. The shares are said to be movable property and subject to certain conditions, freely transferable, so that no shareholder is permanently or necessarily wedded to a company. When the joint stock companies were established, the object was that their shares should be capable of being easily transferred. Section 44 of the Companies Act 2013 initiates the principle by providing that the shares held by the members are movable property and can be transferred from one person to another in the manner provided by the articles. So, my dear students, here under company law and regulations, introduction to regulations, we will be also discussing types of companies, incorporation of companies and procedure, memorandum of association and articles of association. In second topic, management and administration, here board of directors, meeting of board of directors, appointment, duties and powers and removal of board of directors, shareholders and its members, auditor, appointment, powers and removal. In third topic, corporate governance, we will be discussing corporate governance, operation and mismanagement, e-governance, then concept of ADR, that is alternative dispute resolution, that also we will be discussing in the coming lectures. And final topic is about restructuring and winding up. So all these topics we will be covering in next lectures. I would request that please attend all these online lectures. So here I would like to suggest you that you need to refer books, then reference material on company law and regulation. I will be also providing some important notes. Please go through those notes. Try to write down, try to read, understand. So you can use Dr. Avtar Singh book on company law. You can also use company law, Bear Act. Then there are journals also. Then there is very important articles on net websites are there. You can refer that also. So here Company Act 2013 we are going to discuss. The remaining characteristics of a company we will be discussing in next lecture.